It's week one, the longest week of the NFL season. Yes, week one starts as soon as the preseason ends. Don't argue with me on that. It's week one, everybody. So, with that being said, guys, football is back. It's been, it seems like every year the off season is more and more. Um, you think it's going to be long, but it ends up not being as long as you thought. I guess that just all comes with staying busy and living life. But football is back. We're back. It's technically not week one, but it is week one because it's going to be the longest week one or the longest week of the NFL season. You're sitting here strategizing, scheming, talking about your first opponent for 2 weeks. So in my eyes, it is week one because there's only one team that I'm focused on right now, and it's the Carolina Panthers. With that being said, everybody, um, I told you all I'd be back as soon as football started, and it's here. So I'm back. All of the roster moves have been made. The 53-man roster for the Saints is set. There's a lot about it that I don't agree with. However, I'm not the one that's in charge of making all the moves. Therefore, I don't have an actual saying in what goes down. So, with that being said, everybody, let's talk about those roster moves just for a second, okay? First and foremost, I would say that the only thing that I can full-heartedly get on board with out of anything the Saints have done with cuts and 53-man roster move is getting rid of Lou Hedley. That's about the only thing that I can say that I can say honestly that I agree with. Lou Hedley was not a great punter. His angle whenever he punted the football was very awkward, and it looked like something that somebody that had never kicked the football in his life would probably do. Like, I'm not saying he didn't have a leg. I'm not saying the guy couldn't punt far, but his punts were very awkward. The angles were very awkward, and more times than not, he set the other team up with decent field position. So if we go 3 and out on our first possession at the 25, he's punting the ball, and you got to believe that the other team's going to start at like 36-yard line. His punts were just very awkward. He would punt the ball like 45 yards, maybe that's it. I was not a big fan of him. Good luck wherever else he goes. If he gets signed to the practice squad, whatever. I'd like to give this other guy an opportunity. What's up, Raider cousin? How you doing, man? Yeah, week 17 we'll be meeting, buddy. Week 17. I think that's going to be the day after New Year's. So, yeah. Hopefully, both of us have playoff implications on the line. We'll see though. CPG, Jerry, what's good? CPG, I'll get to you in a second. Jerry, what's up, my Saints brother? So that's one thing I agree with the Saints roster cuts. I agree with getting rid of Lou Hedley. I was not a fan of that guy. I don't know much about the other punter, but I'd be willing to give him a shot instead of a 30-year-old Australian guy who literally kicked the ball to the sideline every single time he punted the ball. Like, his punts were extremely awkward. Did not like his style. So I'm glad that we parted ways with him. Here are some things that I'm not going to agree with, okay? I don't agree with getting rid of James Robinson and Jacob Caboti, whatever his name was, and keeping Kendra Miller, whatever. Kendra Miller has been extremely injury prone, and he's going to miss the first 5-6 weeks of the season. You just saw a guy in James Robinson who had made an impact with the Jacksonville Jaguars and had made some noise with them a few years ago. And you saw a nice young rookie in Jacob Caboti running very hard in the preseason, had 2 touchdowns in his the final preseason game, and you waive him, you let him go for a guy in Kendre Miller, who I don't even remember. I don't even remember him scoring a touchdown last season, dude. I don't. And if he did, it went through one eye and out the other, through one ear, through one brain cell and out the other. However you want to word it, whatever metaphor works for you. I don't agree with keeping Kendre Miller on the team when he's injury prone. When you got a good rookie, a good low key stud in the making that fights for yards in Jacob Kabodi, that I feel could have made an impact. I don't agree with getting rid of him, and I don't agree with getting rid of James Robinson. What's the point? Kendre Miller is going to miss the first 5 weeks of the season, and it's arguably going to be the toughest stretch of the season. Week 1 and 4 by the time he gets back. That's a real possibility. So, no, I think the Saints fumbled the bag on that one. I think the Saints fumbled the bag by getting rid of Equanimeous St. Brown. And I don't know why they won't give this guy, Davis, the wide receiver Davis that was on our practice squad last season and played in the preseason last season. I don't know why they won't give Shaq Davis a try. Yet you're going to keep Bub Memes, who I remember during the preseason dropping a lot of passes, and I don't even remember what he even did. I don't think he caught many passes either. So, again, I think the Saints, I don't know what's going on at training camp. I don't know what's going on between the lines. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, why are you getting rid of Equanimeous St. Brown? I mean, I know he's not going to be a huge impact, but he caught a touchdown in the preseason finale. I mean, he's been in the NFL. He's been with Green Bay. He's been with a lot of teams. He has experience. Why would you not give him a shot? Why would you? I mean, I know you drafted Bub Means, but the guy literally showed me nothing in the preseason, okay? I'm sorry. And Mason Tipton, I don't know much about this guy either. I don't remember him doing anything either. And I hope I'm wrong about these young guys, but I mean, it just comes to show that the Saints are always looking to try to be these magicians. They're trying to look to be these geniuses. Oh, haha, we knew that these guys were going to be good. We knew it. That's why we kept them instead of going with the obvious choices. And they're doing it again. And I don't know. I mean, it just, the math ain't mathing for me, okay? I don't agree with it. And then you get rid of Jonathan Abram. I don't agree with that either, dude. I really don't. I don't know. I don't agree with it, dude. So a lot of questionable roster cuts that the Saints made that it's just not mathing for me. And I know a lot of people are going to look at Samson Nakua, Puka's brother, that we had on the roster. He almost had a 109-yard kickoff return, field goal miss return for a touchdown. He only got to the 3-yard line. He stepped out of bounds on accident. But had he scored that touchdown, would that have changed things? And if you're not going to keep him at wide receiver, and if you're not going to give him a shot, why don't you keep him on the special teams? Now, I'm assuming they're probably going to end up signing him. They're probably going to end up signing him to the roster, or to the practice squad, I'm sorry. But somebody's going to pick him up. I mean, just the label being Puka's brother, you're going to pick him up. Like I said, I think the Saints made a lot of questionable roster moves, and I don't agree with it. So, that's where I'm at with that. The only thing I really agree with is getting rid of Lou Haley, because that guy was not good. Sorry. You could like him for his personality. You can like him for whatever you want. I don't think he was good. I was almost going to say I wouldn't have been mad if they got rid of Blake Grupe either, over that other young kicker that they had. And I know Blake Grupe, he kicked well in the preseason, but he kicked well in the preseason last year. It's not about what you do in the preseason. What are you going to do in the regular season when the games are on the line? And I would think long and hard about bringing in another kicker for that area as well, because Blake Grupe, I'm sorry, dude. I can definitely see him choking one up late in the game. Like, for example, Kansas City. We play Kansas City week 5, okay? I think we're going to catch Kansas City at a good time early in the year. I do. I think that game's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. And I could see that coming down to a late field goal and Blake Groupie pissing down his pants and choking because the moment's too big for him. I have a feeling that it's going to happen again this year with Blake Groupie. So, I mean, I would want to keep a kicker in my back pocket just in case that happened. Because I'm not sold on Blake Groupie either. What's up, Goose? How you doing? Yeah, Jerry, I did. And I didn't have much nice to say, man. I didn't have much nice to say. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to anybody, guys. I don't. I mean, I'm expecting the Saints to win between 7 and 10 games, but I'm looking. It's looking like they're going to win more of the bottom of that right now. I'll give them 7 wins. I don't think that's too out of the ordinary. But they got some people that are coming in saying we're going to win 12, 13 games once again, and I don't understand what's going through y'all's brain cells. It's hard for me to put 12 or 13 wins in the same sentence as Dennis Allen. It's just it's unbearable. Dennis Allen winning 12. Can you really imagine that? That is a very hard image to imagine. And I think that's going to ultimately be the stigma of this football team, Dennis Allen. As long as his name is attached to this football team, to me, that's the issue. That's the. If you were to change head coaches and put in another guy, I would feel 100 times more confident. It's just the fact that Dennis Allen is the guy leading the troops. It's like his name just has so much stigma around it that it's like our fate is just like they're not going to allow us to win 10 to 13 games because Dennis Allen is your coach. It just would not make sense. It's just not reality. Does that make sense to you all? I'm hoping that I'm wrong about it, but I got a bad feeling that it's what it is. I mean, it's not Derek. It's not even Derek Carr. Derek Carr's won 10 to 12 games before with the Raiders. He's won games. It's not even Derek Carr. It's Dennis Allen. It's this offensive line. This offensive line, I mean, I'm not going to even lie to you. This might be one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. I mean, seriously, man. I really don't know what to expect. Or let me put it like this. I know what to expect, but I don't want to believe it. And I hope that I'm wrong. I have a very pessimistic view of this team going into week 1. And that's not what a lot of you want to hear, but it's the truth. So with that being said, our first opponent, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better opponent to get your feet wet to start the year. No offense to CPG, but I mean, let's be real here. You guys had the worst record in the NFL. I know you guys have acquired some guys, but you've also lost some guys too. So there's no giving you the benefit of the doubt, CPG. I understand that. I understand that you guys have gotten better, and or you've lost guys and gotten better players. I don't even know. Carolina, whatever. I think Carolina's still a 5-win team. I don't think they're going to be that great. I think they'll improve from last year. I don't think they're going to be that great though. We get them out the gate though. It's their first game, like it's our first game. Therefore, but I'll be quite honest with you guys here. I don't know if this is a guaranteed win. Carolina week 1, as it's a must win. And I agree, it is a must-win. I think I mean, I'll put it to you like this: if the Saints lose this football game, Week 1 in the Dome, with that schedule that they have coming up, the season's a wrap right then and there. We lose to Carolina Week 1, that's a wrap. And I honestly 100% believe that. If the New Orleans Saints do not beat Carolina Week 1, the season, you forget about them. You can forget about them. You can, throw it behind you, throw it in the trash. Look for 2025. Because to me, that'll be an indicator of bad things to come. You can't beat Carolina, a rusty Carolina. I mean, I know we're going to be rusty too, but you can't beat a rusty Carolina team that came off the worst football last year. You can't beat them in your own stadium Week 1 when you know you got a tough schedule coming up, and you can't beat them. It's already over. You know it's over. So that's where I stand on things. I said it months ago. If the Saints don't beat Carolina Week 1, the season's not going to go well. I'll be able. I might even look into changing my win expectation for them. I might lower it down from like 6 wins if they don't. So, what's up, JP? Listen, dude. I hope you're right. I hope Clint Kubiak, the acquisition of him and the departure of Pete Carmichael changes things dramatically. I mean, Clint Kubiak can't play offensive line though. He can't play offensive line. I mean, it's just that simple. So I do agree that, like, I'm hoping that Clint Kubiak can come in and at least change it by 50%. But that offensive line is going to be a big more. Um, Alongside, I mean, our wide receiving core is very weak. I mean, our receivers are, you got Olave, you got Shaheed, you got A.T. Perry, then you got Bub Means, and you got Mason Tipton. That's our wide receiving core. I mean, I don't know what more you can really say, dude. That is a very weak wide receiving core. I understand, CPG. I got you. Not trying to dog on you or your team so much. I mean, I get it. And like I said, this isn't a guaranteed win for us. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if y'all came in and beat us Week 1 in 10 days or whatever, however so long it is, 11, 10 days. I'll be at the game. Not because the Panthers are anything spectacular, just because it's the first game. But I do expect it to be a tough game. I want it to be a blowout, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be somewhere along the lines of like 20-13, 20-16, something of that nature. I think it's going to be a relatively boring game. You're going to see both teams struggle offensively. And, I mean, that's just the way I see it going. But the Saints have to win that game. They have to win that game if they want any shot to do anything this year, because if you lose that game, then you got to go play Dallas the next week. Ooh, that's not looking good. Then you got to play Philly the week 3. That's not looking good. At Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta is Atlanta, but on paper they're better than us. Okay, let's be real. That don't look good going on the road, and then you go play at Kansas City. Whoo! If you don't beat Carolina Week 1, you could be looking at 0-5. Hey, just being real. Yeah, CPG. I mean, I would agree with you on your behalf. Whenever you win 2 games all year long, and both games come off of game-winning field goals in the final seconds when you were trailing by a point in each game, you were 2 missed field goals away from going 0-17. Let's put it like that. Literally, if your kicker screws both of those kicks up, or if y'all don't get a good drive at the end of the game in both of those games against Houston and Atlanta, you guys are 0-17. Like, it literally took your kicker to save you guys from being the worst team in football history. Literally, the worst team in football history by booting 2 field goals between the uprights. Hey, man, props to you. Props to you. But at the end of the day, 2 wins are 2 wins. So, what's up, DFW? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you back, my friend. 214, my guy. AB, what's good? Cousin, what's good? Just talking about week 1, since it's, 8 days away, but for a lot of us, it's 11 days away. But I think it's reasonable to be able to start talking about it now, because, I mean, 11 days is going to go by like that, dude. I got things coming up in 7 days that I don't want to come, and because I don't want them to come up, they're going to come fast. Okay, just excuse what I just said. If you took it out of context, please excuse me. Please forgive me. Oh my goodness, I did not realize what I just said, okay? Anyway, let's just pretend like I didn't say that. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, ignorance is bliss. Anyway, there are things that are approaching that I don't want to approach. And because I don't want them to approach, they're gonna approach even faster. I almost said it again. So football will be here by next week before you know it. You know. So whatever you got going on in life, and you know, a lot of us got a lot of things going on in life. Like I said, I just started my internship for my graduate program. I'm going to be seeing actual clients by next week. That's a scary thing, especially whenever you're trying to make sure that you are taking care of your own health. It can definitely be a scary thing. So it's kind of like, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone, and I'm just trying to fulfill my purpose, you know, that I feel like God has put in front of me. And I can't thank anybody more than the Father above. My relationship with God has been definitely stronger, because lately it hasn't been the easiest times for me. So I'm just trying to be able to keep my head up, stay prayed up, and depend on my Savior. And that's literally what it's all about right now. Thank you, CPG, man. Congratulations to you, buddy. I'm not gonna I know you got something big going on too, and you know that's personal, so that's not for me to say. But congratulations to you too, brother, and happy belated birthday, man. Happy belated birthday to you. Yeah, man. Just trying to make moves, make memories, and make meaning in life. You know, comfort could be your worst enemy at times. So I mean, it's not easy to step out your comfort zone and do things you've never done. Jeez, it's got a giant gray cloud, man. I don't know if y'all can see that, but geez, Louise is gonna start storming in a little bit. I'm on campus at school in New Orleans. Got a little bit of time before I gotta go do what I gotta do, but really just wanted to come on here and you know address that I'm back. I'm gonna be on here as much as I can. I can't promise that I'm going to be a part of like round tables or lives. I can maybe do that sometimes, but it's usually just going to be pregame, postgame, updates, things of that nature. Dude, congrats, CPG man. Yes, stay dedicated. Don't not calling out, and it can be scary, dude. It can be scary taking a new journey and all different approaches of life. But you gotta move, man. You gotta move. You gotta step out your comfort zone. You gotta take that anxiety and you gotta take that stress and a little bit of sleeplessness and grow. Because if you don't grow and you stay where you are for the rest of your life, you're never gonna see things. You're never gonna move, man. And that to me is worse than the anxiety that you get from change. So exactly, CPG man. You're never gonna meet new people. You're never gonna find, the person of your life. You're never gonna be able to experience and heal and become stronger and realize that life is more than you thought it was. So it's really important to take that step, even when you're not feeling it. So yeah, cousin, we made a bet a few years ago, man. We had that soda bet, and I think we had $20. So those were good times, man. I miss that. I miss that. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that again. Well, JP, me and him made bets for the whenever the Raiders played the Saints up in the COVID year 2020, and it went fine. Didn't Nothing happened. So I'm sorry if that was your experience, JP, my man. It seems like you got a lot of bad experiences with a lot of people with betting, brother. So I mean, maybe that's just a pattern, bro. But JP, man, I hope you're doing well, my dude. Absolutely, CPG. Much love and success to everybody. And it's okay, just to let y'all know, just coming from experience and just kind of the field I'm going into, but more just experience because I'm a human being like all of you. It's okay to not feel okay, all right? It's okay to feel stuck. It's okay to feel like you're not where you want to be. It's okay to struggle, all right? So I just want to be able to normalize that with all of you because we all struggle. Even in the happiest times or times that should be the happiest moments of our life, we all struggle. Like football season's coming up. Favorite time of the year. Am I feeling 100% or have there been times where do I feel 100% all the time around week one or whenever football comes around? No. Those could be some of the most difficult times of my life whenever football season's around. And you think that a football game or watching your team is going to change everything, and it doesn't. So I just want to let y'all know that it's okay to struggle even during times that are supposed to be the best times of your life because that will happen sometimes. It's like you wake up on game day, oh my goodness, week one, let's go. Week one, I'm supposed to be in a good mood. I'm supposed to be happy, but I feel down. I feel concerned. I feel like something's missing for some reason. It happens. It happens. So just wanted to share that message with you all. Um, but my main intent to come on here was talk about preseason's behind us, football season's here. And I'm just hoping that I'm wrong about the Saints this year. I'm hoping that that I'm wrong about my expectation. I got them as of right now. I think they win between 7 and 10 games. Uh, I'll take 10. Really, I'll take 10. But between 7 and 10 games, I say to start the year is a fair expectation. I just hope that they can show me something. I just hope that they can show me something. Uh, JP, I'm sorry if you got that experience with Raider Cousin, and I'm sorry if you got that experience with DFW with 214. 214 is my dude. Me and him converse all the time. I may not get back on Instagram all the time because I'm bad at checking the messages on Instagram, but 214 is a good man. He's been through a lot, and I applaud him for being strong and positive and faithful during his times of adversity because he's been through a lot, man. 214 is a good friend of mine on here, so I like 214, and he's a strong man. He's a strong person. He's taking life and taking it with the worst of it, and he's gotten through it. So, but JP, I'm sorry if you feel that way about some people. I mean, I get it. Not everybody's. That's another thing that I want to normalize. Just because somebody doesn't like somebody doesn't mean you have to not like them. If you got a bad relationship with somebody, I respect that, and I don't blame you. I mean, that's your relationship with them. Not everybody's gonna like everybody. Not everybody's gonna like everybody. You good, JP, man? This is a good space to do that. I mean, not everybody's gonna like everybody, and you at times you just got to be okay with that. Y'all are cool. I'm sure y'all are cool with people on here that I'm not really big on, or I don't really like that much, and that's okay. You know, this ain't high school. Just because I don't like him. So if you're friends with him, I'm not friends with you. You can't be doing that. That's no way to live. Oh man, it's about to start raining. Whoopee! I guess we were due for a rainstorm or whatever. Oh goodness. Oh man. Okay. I gotta go inside before it starts pouring really hard. So folks, y'all take it easy. I'll see you guys when I see you. LSU plays Sunday for people that like college football, or if you like college football, your team probably plays Saturday or whatever. So I'm looking forward to that for this week. I think the first college games are tomorrow, so I'll be tuning in for sure. Um, Aside from that, you guys take it easy. You know, take care of yourselves. Uh, I owe everything I got to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So all glory to God. And I'll see you guys maybe next week, or if LSU has a good game or whatever, I'll make a video about that. But until then, you guys take it easy, and I'm out. Peace.